Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to our channel, Diksha Karnataka. In this session today, in this class today, I'm here to give you a lot of inputs, lot of help to tackle something which is very important for your, boards as well as KCET, right? The calculus side. Yeah. If you look at boards if you just look at this understanding, just one second you give me. Okay. Just if you understand the weightage of calculus itself, continuity and differentiability, let's write boards. Okay, your boards as well as your KCET weightage. Let's understand this first in simple way. Boards 17 marks. I'm talking about the last year's blueprint. This year blueprint has yet to come, but more or less will be same only. 17 marks here, 6 marks here. Let's go AOD, 7 to 8 marks here, and again 3 marks here. Let's go next. Integrals. Integrals will be how much? Again 18 marks here, 6 marks here. This is 5 to 6. This is 6 questions. Integrations are over here. Then we have AOI. We have 5 marks here, and over here we have 2 marks, sometimes 1 marks also. Okay. Then we have differential equation. Again 8 marks here, 7 to 8 marks. Here we have 2 to 3 marks. Okay. So I can keep going on. We have limits also. So all this limits will be in, there's no board marks in limit because it is from first PUC, but over here you have 2 marks. So if you look at the weightage of this unit, the calculus, it's humongous. It's very, very, very vast. And if somebody is not able to resolve this in the preparation of your maths, it means certainly you are at disadvantage. And I have seen many students struggle, in differentiations where higher derivatives are involved, implicit functions are involved, right? And they feel that that's because they don't understand that concept. But reality is that they don't understand, the fundamentals of calculus. For example, the graph part, the domain range part, the function derivation, definitions properly. So all these builds up to the foundation of calculus. So in this session, not only I'll give you what to do, but I also tell you how to do it. Okay. This is a very, very important session for scoring very good marks in your boards, second PUC boards as well as CET. I hope it is very clear what I am trying to do over here, how to start calculus from zero. Let's say, and this is the right time to do it because your FA1 just got over and now you're going to start. Of course, one chapter of that you already done, but I know many of you are still, struggling in that chapter, or you are not able to understand, all the different type of questions, or the concept but not able to solve the problems, right? So different type of hesitations are there when it comes to the calculus side of it. So let's get into the very basics of it. Let's crack it down. How it starts: basic functions, graph, limits, derivative applications, right? And then we'll go to the integration side. Let's start. So why students fear a calculus? What is the reason behind it? What is the one fundamental thing that makes this so difficult for whatever students they feel this way? Thing is, this is not a one concept or direct formula based unit. This is something that is layered. Okay, when you look at a question in CET or question in any good competitive examination, let's say you go for COMEDK, JEE, any exam you look at, a question of calculus is multiple layered problem. Start from the very basics of the functions, the domain range, then it moves on to that particular chapters, that concepts application, then you see application of the problem as well, and then you look at the options applicable, the conditions applicable in the question, and then you reach to the solution. I know you might not be able to relate with me what I'm trying to say over here, but believe me, trust me, calculus problems are layered problems, and that is why you fail to, or you struggle to solve them in the examination. Okay, you think just memorizing the formula will be enough. That's what one of the biggest myth, or something, that yes, you can solve certain questions in calculus using this method, but not all. And yes, CET and boards are high scoring examination. You need to score high to be among the top rankers. Next is what? Weak basics from class 11. All of us, most of us, if not all, have ignored our class 11 portions or not, right? So if you have also felt the same way, we just recently started our one shot series for first PUC student. Try to, even if you are in second PUC, try to go and review those lectures to have a quick recap, quick revision, and solve lot of questions with me in those sessions. Right? We are doing it for all the subjects, but I have started with first PUC, the chapter number 1 only. You go and refer that. You'll find all of this in one word or all in one page. I'll talk about that in a while. Let's move on. Jumping directly to the differentiation. Thinking of, let's say, sir, in this year we start from differentiation only, na? This year we start from differentiation. Let's start with differentiation right away. And this is a mistake. Okay. Before that, we have functions, we have domain range, we have continuity, we have limits, we have differentiability. All that is also equally important, right? And not having that, no clear learning sequence. That's what I talked about right now. Limits and till the differentiation, right? The sequence is there. Okay, let's not go in this one. Formula, differentiation, integration, and then later confusion. Let's not go this way. Okay, let's go in a right panel. I'll tell you that in the session itself. Okay, yes, as I said, this is layered. The question that comes from here is layered in nature. So you need to also study with proper structure to be followed. Okay, let's start. Let's look at this. Starting with algebraic manipulation, you will find multiple levels of application of indices, linear inequalities, linear equations. Okay, expansion, simplification, rearrangement in the problem solving. If somebody is struggling in the algebraic side of it, even the basic ones, then how would you solve it? For example, solving a quick quadratic equation question. Okay, finding the roots quickly, finding the interval quickly, all that matters over here. Then factorization, so this will be helping you. That's what I talked about right now, finding the roots. Linear and quadratic equations, as I said right now, graphs of basic functions, modulus and inequalities. What is the effect of modulus? How does it work with different functions? Inequalities means finding the domain, that interval. Okay, coordinate geometry basics to plot the curves. Some fundamental curve y equal to x line, how does it look? Y equal to x square curve, what is the nature of that? Okay, what is the vertex? What is the formula of the vertex? Okay, what are different types of parabolas which is there? You should know this. Okay, going into the calculus. Y equal to mod x curve, critical point, corner point, where it is non-differentiable, where it is differentiable. Okay, because of the sharp edge, continuous always, positive, negative, all you should know. Yes, and y equal to 1 by x line, curve as well. Okay, so yes, I'm just trying to give you some examples. I'm not teaching you over here. This is not an academic session where I'm coming here and teaching you all this concept. I'm just trying to give you a relation, what is going wrong and what you need to fix. If you need to build your basics, you have to sort this few steps given over here. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say over here? Does it make sense to all of you or not? Okay, so understanding the intervals is very important. Domain range is very important. Yes. So what is this? This is key to good fundamentals in calculus. Functions chapter. Domain range of various function. Okay, where does fx exist? Does not exist. What are the value of the function at that point of time? That point of in the space, in the coordinate geometry. Types of functions, composite functions, inverse functions, graph transformations. Very, very crucial. It's not, the question does not come directly over here, but it helps a lot in the MCQs of any competitive examination. So graph transformations, even an odd function, very important. Very important. Application of this is there almost everywhere in calculus. Okay. So yes, these are some of the very important, path that you have to follow to build a right basic, right fundamental of calculus. Okay. So as I said, domain and range. So just for what input, what is the range? Okay, I have taken the example of y equal to x square just to show you what I'm trying to say over here when I say domain and range. The codomain, okay, 1-on-2 relation, all this should be mastered properly. Functions is the base, where it all starts. Some function graphs, y equal to x line, how does it look? So it is like this actually. Okay, this is the parabola, this is the modulus of function y equal to, I just already drew this part, x cube. Okay, so that we have different types of graphs. Try to learn the graphs first. Prioritize graph. This is your step number 3 beta. This is step number 3. Please prioritize the graphs of various function. How does it look like? How does it branch out? How can you transform them? It helps you a lot in the differentiation and especially in integrations. Okay, so all this is very, very helpful to you. In AOD, it helps a lot. Okay, now once the basics to start the calculus part is done, then you move on to the limits. I know everybody ignores it. How hard is limits? There are certain forms. What is the limiting function? Why do we require it? Right? Those conditions are there. Then what is the limit of a function value at any given point? Right? And then how to find the limit using LHL and RHL. Right? These expressions are there. Practice some questions on them. Right? Definition of continuity of a function when LHL RHL are equal to f of a. Correct? These are the conditions which is important. Start from the limit first. This is your step number 4. Start right from the beginning of limits when you talk about calculus. You'll use it in differentiability also. And when you're learning this, please learn, okay, standard limits. Standard limits. You need to remember all these formulas, okay? Different types of forms are there. Try to prove some of them to, get to be able to understand limits in a better way. Okay, very, very crucial. Moving on. Step number 5. Learn differentiation. Next step is to learn differentiation. Right from everybody ignores this. What if a direct question comes on differentiability in your boards? Will you skip it? Board means you have to write the steps. Steps, if you don't have the first principle condition with you, you will lose marks over there. So please understand, you need to learn this as well. Okay? The first principle of derivative, you should start right from here, because all the formulas that you see are derived from first principle itself. Right? And how hard it is? F of x plus h minus f of x upon h. This is for RHD. What is the differentiability condition? Okay, it is RHD equals to LHD. Right? And then these rules, very fundamentals rules, chain rule, product rule, quotient rule. Okay, we apply derivative of different functions, polynomial, then we have logarithmic, then we have exponential, then we have inverse trigonometric functions, and all these categories with the constant, taken as sum, taken as product, all of that is also there in the differentiation rule. Then we have implicit differentiation, second order derivative, parametric form. All this has to be discussed properly and solved question on each category. Okay, at least 10 to 15 questions of each category should be solved over here. High weightage chapter, and simple as well. And once you build this, this freedom, or this, this habit of solving questions at ease in differentiation, it certainly helps you a lot in integration. I'm telling you with confidence, students who are good in integration are certainly very good in differentiation. Go and ask anyone who are good in integration, they must be very good in differentiation. So you have to get the mastery of differentiation first. Yes. Now, when you move to the AOD, now till this point, even some of you, find it easy only. But in AOD, things starts challenging you. This is step number 6. Applications of derivative, application of integral. Okay. So integration also has its own challenge, right? Now, if you want me to help you in integration as well, okay, what type of question comes? What are the different category of questions that comes in boards as well as in CET? If you want me to prepare a video on that, let me know. This is how you should start calculus from 0. So starting from what? Limit side, differentiation side, and that. And then if you have built the differentiation, the antiderivative is called as what? Integral, right? So, but if you want me to make a dedicated video, dedicated session just for integration, let me know. I'll come up with a session where I'm going to help you. How can you actually learn integration in the easiest way possible? What are the important type of questions? What are the important type of formulas? Different sections of questions that comes in your boards as well as KCET. Okay, look at this. If you look at the derivative part of applications, you'll have increasing, decreasing function. Okay, you'll have tangent normals, right? Tangents and normals are there. dy by dx is called as slope of the tangent. dy by dx is what? First derivative is nothing but slope of the tangent at that point for any given curve. For the given curve y equal to fx, okay, y dash or dy by dx at that point is called as slope of the tangent. Check here. What about normal? Since they are perpendicular, it is minus fy minus 1 upon the same slope that you got, f dash of a, right? And this is the maximum minimum function. Again, one question will come from here in boards, in CET, both the places. And the last one, rate of change in applications. You have applications also in differential equation. You have applications of these in what you call AOI as well, right? Once you learn the integration, AOI will also come back to you. Getting my point? So very, very important chapter and very high weightage. All these topics are, very high likely to come in the examination. So how should I spend my day, sir? If I am a student of second PUC in the month of August, how should I dedicate my time? Okay. So again, this is not daily, means every day, 5 days a week. If you plan, let's say out of 7 days in a week. If you plan to study 3 to 4 days, calculus, because from here onwards only calculus will start, right? In all your portions in school, CET, coaching center, wherever you are studying, you're going to study what? Calculus only, right? So dedicate 60 minutes to 75 minutes every day. By 75 minutes, if you can do 40 plus 35 will be better. 40 for board side and 35 for CET side. Please dedicate it like this, okay? And if you are going like this, learning the theory, solving the solved examples, then going for the practice questions, and again revising and fixing your problems that you faced in the practice questions. Dedicate time like this. Formulas are important. Cracking the question practice with the help of formulas, cracking the understanding of those concepts. All this is important in calculus. Now, if you all want me to make a session on integration as well, this is how you build the calculus. But if you want me to give you specific instructions for integration, I want to know that in the comment section. Otherwise, I will understand that what you are doing is going sorted. Now, I want to tell you one thing very important regarding our AIO platform, all-in-one platform. So this is better our next gen learning platform by Vedantu. What we do over here, this will excuse me, one second. Yeah, so this will have your lectures, whatever lectures you're gonna find on YouTube, all will be present over here. Okay, all will be present over here. Sorry, I'm missing out on that. One second, let me just give me 1 second. So it will have your lectures, it will have your all the lectures, PU1, PU2, everything will be there. Then what you need your notes. Then what you need assignments, you need questions to practice, sir. And then what you need, apart from that, you need some tests, you need doubt solving. All is available in this page called AIO. Your lectures, your notes, your practice questions, your doubts, everything will be available in our AIO page. Is called as all-in-one page. Okay, just check on the link given in this video. You'll find over there written as free ACE KCET 2027 course. Free ACE KCET 2027 course. Click on that link, register for that particular course. It's free, there's no charge for that, and start learning with us in this next gen platform. I hope it makes sense to all of you, right? You'll find better everything over here, every single thing you need. Next, the last slide, which is about complete roadmap. So as we start, if I revise it all, start from the algebra basics, you move on to the functions, the graphs, very, very important, graphs, okay? I don't know why, but you all of you have seen, I have seen in my experience of teaching so many students, online, offline, everywhere, you all struggle in this side. I don't know why, okay? But there are multiple books available. If you are following my sessions, I always use graphical method to solve the problems, okay? Graphical method saves time in a lot of questions, okay? So if you know the graphs of the functions at different stages in their domains, it becomes much handy to solve the problems quickly, faster. Next, start from limits when you go for calculus. Moving on to differentiation, applications in derivative and integrals, both are there, right? So this is the complete roadmap, the guide to how to begin your portions, and how can you start and reboot and have that kind of preparation of calculus that you will believe in, that you will have faith that yes, if a question comes from this chapter, I will be certainly able to solve it. And I can do one thing very, let me just simplify this all for you. Start watching my lectures. Whatever lectures are coming on the session, especially for calculus, especially for differentiation, integration, whatever is coming, okay? Even the limits will come in PU1 one shots. Go and refer those lectures. If you watch them, you'll certainly feel confidence that yes, sir, I am able to understand it now and I can solve problems on it. How do you get to know about all these things? Simply join our WhatsApp channel. It is of, again, no charge. Join there. We share nothing. We don't spam you. We just simply share our schedule of the classes, the PDFs and all of these things are shared in the WhatsApp channel. So join, if you join there, okay, yes, you'll get our notes in AI as well. You'll get your notes access to WhatsApp as well. But most importantly, WhatsApp will give you a community access to our, our learning platform, our YouTube channel, where we'll tell you what all is coming for you, what are the updates from our side, basically a connection between teachers and students. So join the WhatsApp channel to get to know more about us, what we're doing, and how we are helping you. Okay, that's all in the session, guys. I wish you all the best, and whatever you need to ask me, if you have any doubt regarding this session, let me know that in the comment section. Had fun. talking to you all, discussing this particular important concept, important problem that we all face with you all. See you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.